Alright, folks, let's play some Tameshi. Let's streaming some Tameshi. Come say hi. Sunday afternoon stream. Generally there's a lot of rival streamers at this point, or I say rival, I just mean more popular streamers at this point, so my turnout can be less hot. That's fine. Might just have a bit of a crack with some slight tweaks, shall we say. So anyway, I'm going to jump straight into a league because there's nothing sweet happening. There's no challenges or whatever that I can play. So let's jump in a league. I've not played one for a while with Tameshi. I've been doing a few other bits and bobs. So playing some Neoform with some Kiki-Jikis and stuff like this. Right, off we go. Yeah, it sounds basically the nuts. Against TSP, have to assume that stands for teaspoon. Guy with double teaspoon. We have a pretty great hand, to be fair. I'm not going to crack this in case I don't know what tricks they might have, but why is this being shocked in? Kind of screams lightning bolt to me. Anyhow. Right, Gear Hulk is fairly good. I guess we could play that. Okay, it's slightly risky to commit to tap out here, but they're not a deck that interacts too well, I don't think. I mean, they're Jund colours, so if we get Thoughtseize here, I'm going to be sad that I didn't hold up Spell Pierce, but then 3 lands against Thoughtseize is not so good anyway. And obviously we're fairly happy with that trade. Fairly happy with that. There's a chance we can combo with the Spell Pierce up. It's kind of awkward. Okay. Play Tameshi. Then I think we have to add blue so that we have the Spell Pierce up. That's worked well. Okay, right, so let's do some maths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, this should work. Let's pop this out over here. I say should because I'm not 100% sure that this works how I intend, but play this for X0, grab. Planes, let's grab. So whilst that's in the bin, I have card types to be able to go Cultivator. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we could Cultivator there for 5. So we would draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. which will then draw me 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3, and one more. And then we can use these Teferis to bounce the Colossus, or we can use the Otawara to do the same. So yeah, we had it. With these, I want them. I think that's about it. It doesn't have a ton of removal. Keep the Abolisher, the Skyclave, the Portable Hull, the Sealer removal, I guess. Those are all good. Maybe I don't want the Abolisher. I've got Teferi. And where's the last cut? Maybe just a Wargate? I don't know, I like Wargate. Trim a Wargate, I guess. Traverse was fine there. Okay. I mean, it's a reasonable hand to get in this matchup. So, yeah, let's... Are they just Jund? Have I just, like, misjudged this? Huh. Guess I gotta get blue-white. Yeah, I don't have blue-white in the deck anymore, so blue-green. I only have 2 Traverse, but I think you can support it fairly reasonably. And I cut... So what I did, I cut a land for a Traverse and a Finale for a Traverse. And then I dropped a Cultivator for a Skyturtle. That's mostly the changes. Now, I'm not a fan. I like my Tri-land to be my splash colour, which is red. It could be wrong, but it sort of seemed fine for me so far. Oh, so there's Shadow. Jund Shadow with Territorial Kavu. Okay. Weird, but also just fine-ish. I guess I'm playing a Teferi this turn and just letting the bouncing this, and then the Saga token will just kill it. But also I think that's just the right line. I guess I could use Seal Removal to get rid of the Saga token. You see, so like already I nearly have... Like I could sack this and it would give me... It would give me Traverse, or this dying gives me Delirium as well. The issue is that Delirium also is bad against the same cards that the rest of the deck is bad against. So Tameshi doesn't like Graveyard Hate. Traverse doesn't like Graveyard Hate. But yeah, I still think that's okay-ish. It's quite a tricky choice whether to bounce this construct or not. Especially if they just play another Saga. I think I do bounce it. I think forcing them to interact with this is a good thing, and I think them having Thoughtseize isn't a big deal here. They probably have to take the Traverse. Which is good, right? Because if this was just a land, obviously this has replaced the land. If this was just a land, they would just ignore it. Whereas now it's a threat. That's a little worrying. I don't want all my Tameshis to just be discarded. I only have one left. I didn't board in Tracker, which maybe I should have. I tick that up. Play this. I'm going to play out Tameshi. We know one of their cards is Traverse, so... Sorry, not Traverse, Saga. And I think if they had Bolt, this would be dead. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see where this goes. It's going out the Teferi. I would just let that happen. And then this gets Chyland. And then this gets Goblin Engineer. The real question is, what else could they have in hand? I mean, they've made all the... Here comes Dismember by the looks of it. Yikes. So now we need to draw pretty insane, like Wargate. It's not the worst draw. Let's eat that. I think we keep the Traverse. Let me just sandbag this in case. So if we draw a Tameshi, I could go get Goblin Engineer. If I draw Engineer, I could go get Tameshi. I mean, realistically, I want to draw Tameshi, but I have to block. I'm dead next turn anyway. Oh, I'm dead this turn. Okay. We weren't going to have enough money anyway to do everything that we needed to. Okay, I'm going to cut one of them for one of them. Yo, I've deleted my Facebook. If you need me, hit me up on Discord or text me. I also call what's to know if we want to his private bar for the Champions League final. Sounds like something I'm interested in. Yeah, that does sound kind of cool. Maybe the birds are not so good. Trim a couple of birds. Let's give this a go. Okay, hand's fine. We're off to the races. Like, I kind of want them to kill the bird here. And then I kind of want them to kill the engineer as well, but... well, let me know when you know so I can tell Carl. Where is it? Where's the bar? Like, is it in Leeds? Because he's not from Leeds, is he? I know. I haven't seen the dude in a long time. Oh, okay. It sounds good to me, but... Let me get it all sorted. Jason, we are testing all sorts of stuff. There is 2 Traverse the Ulvenwald and a big turtle. But also this is like kind of what I was on before. Then I've had a Abolisher. Sideboard's not too wild actually. So what have they done this turn? They've just like drawn some cards and taken some damage, right? So that's kind of good. Bird Living's not amazing. Oh. Okay. Oh no, not the bird. Cheers, Rick. I'll see you soon, mate. Have a portable hole I can ditch, I guess. Guess that's worth doing. Now I want them to Thoughtseize me. And kill the engineer. What I don't want them to do is just play 2 Death Shadows and have a huge clock, because my hand hasn't got all the pieces it needs just yet. Otawara costing 4 is kind of clunky as well, so I'm going to have to play the Chyland next turn and then the Breeding Pool turn after. That list is crazy. Oh, they're also Traverse deck. Okay. Had I known, I guess Endurance comes in, but I couldn't use it this early anyway. I just go for Street Wraith. They're just making the biggest Death Shadow they can, because they have... This means they have Tormod Battle Mage in hand, almost definitely. I'm sure you've already weighed in. How do you feel about lists that top 8'd? I haven't seen it, I don't think. Is that an answer? Is it the one with the Explores? Explores are card I tested really early on when the deck was pretty bad. So I probably should go back and look at it again. Oh, this is scary. I'm going to take it at this stage because this means this is worth more later on as these get bigger. Oh, wow. Okay. That's bad news. 10 Timber's weird. Like, its hit rate is pretty low, but it's kind of exciting card to play. I think I just have to play Colossus and two lands here. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. They have, with this in play and these, like, I just don't have a lot of time to durdle around. So, let's just have a big Colossus. It's at least a 6/6. So they don't have Undying Heat, and I can... Yeah, it's out of heat range. This is actually fairly positive, I would say. But we could still just die this next turn if they, like, make these Death Shadow 7/7s and double strike one of them. I'm down to 1. I think they're forced to crack this spell bomb, though. Possibly. We're just dead. As soon as they start bolting themselves, we're just dead. They have the Battle Rage. I was fairly sure they did anyway. I mean, they could tap this to trade here anyway, but that's not what they're doing. They're just killing me. GG's opponent. -1. Very close. We wouldn't have had it, but we weren't far off. Yuck. Hey, Tentative was something I tried, but I just couldn't justify casting it sometimes. Like... It's fine when you have mana and no payoff that you just fire it because what else are you going to do? But when you have, like, you have to use all your land drops to try and cast it and it misses, it's just awful. Or, like, you're not realistically making 7 mana and then playing it. Not very often. You know, things are going wrong if you're hard casting it for 7. But I guess that's better than not having that option, but... I do think the core of the deck's really strong and that you can get away with all sorts of stuff, so yeah. I'm just gonna go get it now. F6 value. This isn't going to be easy to turn on, and we don't need a basic land, so this card looks pretty poor right this second. So I'm going to portable hold that. Don't really have a choice. Well, that's a pretty good draw. I don't mind drawing that. So, oh, they must have mulliganed this game. Yeah, they're more to 5. Another one? Yeah, that's bad news. That is bad news. I think the right thing to do is to... So I'm down to 10, I'm down to 6. I'm almost dead. Almost dead. Let's see what this reveals. This could be... just a land. Okay, well, I'm down to 10. Eladamri's Call puts me to 8. But then I guess technically I can... I could Skyclave this and then block. I don't hate that when they're hellbent. If I get Tameshi and then I play Wargate for X1, Goblin, let's play my can't combo off. This is actually... right. Tameshi puts me to 6. Tameshi puts me to... So Wargate would put me to 6. Tameshi would put me to 4. Traverse put me to 2. It's probably worth just having a go, isn't it? On 2 life. That really gives me like Finale, Wargate, Otawara, Turtles, Colossus. It's not a lot of actual outs. But I could have instant sorcery, land, and artifact in the bin, so I can use Traverse. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a ton of lands. I'm just going to have a go. I think we can do it from here. I think that's actually a win. I think that actually wins us the game. One thing that can happen is they could crack this and rip a bolt off the top and kill us. But good luck to them. That's what I say. Just with them being hellbent, I kind of felt like it maybe wasn't the case. That we could maybe play a bit slower. They don't have too many instant speed bolts. It's just, that cost 1. I think most of them are just lightning bolt. But this is another cultivator that doesn't cost life. I'm still going to play the finale, the Traverse first, because I want this finale to be X10. So I think this is lethal, but I have been wrong before. Leaves me pretty close to dead, but not dead. So I have exactly the right mana, exactly the right life total. Skewer the critics is an instant. I thought it was a sorcery. But yeah, all these land drops are good. Interestingly, Boseiju gets rid of the Eidolon, but could probably kill us. So we won't be doing that anytime soon. So yeah, just a big finale. Pretty scary stuff. That was a multi-5 from the opponent. Pretty good multi-5. I don't think they're on the play though, were they? Yeah. I wasn't sure. Quite happy to be wrong there. It took a bit of counting, did that. A Traverse is a funny card because it's very like you have to count cards in your graveyard as well as count cards like mana. But for a short time, my dad wanted me to wait till he got back. I think I missed a message where you left, Jason, if I'm honest. I don't know why you left. Apologies. Remember, don't play a spell. Actually, there is a way. You can return that to their hand with your Skyturtle and then play a Teferi. Now we're super safe. I do like Traverse. It's been good twice so far. One big cultivator, please. Just say done. Smack. Ba-boom. Nice. I had to leave to go to school so I could return camera equipment. Oh, I see. Right. Spell Pierce is a maybe. Lavinia is a maybe. Cultivator is probably a definite. Right. Lavinia stops the same things as Teferi, but also trades in combat, so I tend to like that more. Seal removal's kind of sluggish. They have haste creatures, so it's not as good. Spell Pierce is situational. Here, probably just get rid of all the Teferis. I do want a couple of answers to Roiling Vortex, so let's leave them in. And I guess just cut a call. Call or Wargate. It's quite interesting as Traverse because I've just replaced a land with one of them. So like as a copy of a land, it's fairly good, right? Because when you need a land, it's just a land, and when it's not just a land, it's probably not good enough as a blocker here. I use it in other matchups as just a 3/4 with flash, like against blue-white control. See you soon, Jason. Cheers. But here I think I'm just better off trading with a, like a creator maker can just trade for 2. So it's a little bit cheaper. A cut. A Wargate or a call or a bloom. I'm going to try cutting the bloom. Eidolon and Roiling Vortex are the 2 cards that I really care about, and everything else is not too bad. And pretty much any hand with a Burrenton Forge-Tender is a keep. I mean, obviously this hand wants some more lands, but it's a good start. This card is only bad against Skullcrack and great against everything else. I just get basic planes. So we can basic planes play Burrenton, and then if they play something like Eidolon, I can Portable Hole it, and then, yeah. See, Burrenton even stops Roiling Vortex if you suspend a Lotus Bloom, so it's pretty good. Funnily enough, though, if either of these cards were Lotus Bloom, I bodied out a Lotus Bloom instead of one of these. If either of these cards were Lotus Bloom, this hand would be better, so... That's a bit of a yikes. I have too many answers to that outside of... Well, actually, I have one of the answers already, don't I? But probably not going to play it. Not yet. Now that I've drawn that card, I think... I wish my Eladamri's Call could find a land. But it doesn't. I really don't want to shock. Like I don't want to go get Stomping Ground so that I could then play Creator Maker. Do you know what? I think it's just a really strong case for getting another Burrenton Forge-Tender. I mean, one of them can even attack at this point. I just want to buy as much time as possible and like... This buys time. I just... As soon as I get too low, I can sack one. And like now I'm just a blue source away. So I could Portable Hole, rest in peace. Get a blue source play. I don't think I fetch shock for blue. I think I just pass. I'm not going to attack. Just better not to, I guess. I'm not really going to win through in 1 damage at a time. It's going to be through comboing next turn, so... Plus I can get the Tri-Land, which plays both of these cards, so that's good. Just if things do go wrong. I don't really know what can go wrong here. Probably quite a lot. The answer to what can go wrong is just Skullcrack. Skullcrack is bad news. Well, they have 2 cards in hand. Like, it's got to be fairly good for me. So, Lotus Bloom. Blue Tameshi. Is it good? Well, certainly not too bad. Draw a card. We prevent the lightning bolt damage. Okay, they just scoop. I think that's slightly premature, but I had 5 draws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the land, and then the cultivator would have got me another 6 draws. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would have hit 2 lands. I was in the clear. So having said that, it was probably going to be quite hard to get a 3rd cultivator because there isn't one in the deck. So if they could have had to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, 8 lands, that makes 16 mana. Call for a... I would be calling for a turtle and bouncing a Colossus back, which is 5 plus 7, 12 mana. So I would have had enough. Would have had enough to call for Skyturtle and pick up a Colossus out of the bin, which is kind of nice. And then at that point, you'd then join like 7 or 8 more cards. So at that point, Otawaras and Teferis, you're gonna find something. Although I did board out all the Teferis, so... But I could have Wargated for Otawara before comboing, so yeah, that's what you do. Keep. Got my 3 colours. Oh yeah, it's crazy. Like, the fizzle rate is almost 0. Assuming you have the first cultivator and they don't interact, it's basically 0. Interesting. Everyone feels that fair match to go for the cup supposed after value cultivator, but like, that doesn't count. No. There's certain spots where you're kind of firing it off knowing that they have interaction, and it's part of the deal. I have to go get Temple Garden with this, but that's okay. Temple Garden and then Island. What did they do? They'd pop bottom top. I mean, same visions, but this is I mean, if I had to guess, I would say it's like Twiddlestorm or something, but I didn't even think they played fetches, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is. This is just probably just like a different style of Death Shadow that's running Stone Visions for some reason. I guess I just pass, and then call for Tameshi, and then try and go off next turn. I guess that's the line. The art on this thing. That's fantastic. It looks like some sort of Pokemon. Whenever a player casts a second spell each turn, what is Connives? Okay. A keyword that causes a player to draw a card, discard a card, and put up a creature. Right. Draw, discard no longer, give it a counter. Alright. I mean, certainly a thing. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. There's some sort of weird Shredder Storm. Very odd. Very odd. But it feels like a bolt coming. But if I have 7 mana... 7, 8, 9... I might just pass. I think I'm going to pass, and then I'm going to just jam double Tameshi next turn. Because like, there's just so obviously Bolt in their hand. And I couldn't double... I want to overload. I want to overload their mana. If I can. So if they only have 1 mana up, it's pretty much deterministic. Obviously I don't have a cultivator at this point. Okay, Arclight Phoenix makes some sense. Black blue. Draw 2 cards to discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana values and 1 card in your graveyard. Mana values 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're discarding a card, right? Yes, by Wolf Canal. That's kind of cool. I could just bounce this back to hand now as well, but I think that's unnecessary. Oh, well, if I go Abolisher Tameshi, is that any better? I mean, it's 1 less, isn't it? I'm going to go Abolisher Tameshi. Sort of, I actually really don't dislike that draw either. It gives me, I don't have to sack the Lotus Bloom until the Tameshi resolves, which is useful. Just plays around a certain weird graveyard hate. I mean, they're playing Gut Shot, so it's not impossible for them to be playing Surgical Extraction even. It's just like a free spell that triggers all this stuff, so although it's unlikely, I'd rather just play around it a little bit. So now they can't cast spells, right? So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have enough. And I can afford to kill off both Colossus because I've got the Skyturtle to pick 1 back up. So it's deterministic. Abolisher's pretty nice here. Plays around double bolt. Because once it sticks, they can't bolt. Come on, PC, keep up. So yeah, I'm gonna kill off the first one for sure because it's extra. What's the word? Extra draws. So this is 10. So that's the perfect amount. Play a cultivator that's dying. And yeah, so now we have finale, so I think that's lethal anyway. Yeah, I think we have enough lands as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. They are dead. Sweet. Well, that Abolisher gives you quite a little confidence. That was nice. It's slightly better than a second Tameshi, but we don't know whether it would have made any difference. So that's enough mana, so let's just flex a little bit. Make some big old birdies. No, let's not show that. There's no need. One big cultivator, please. Boom. That'd have been a lot of damage. 17, 34, 64, 80, 90 damage. Not bad. Right. Oh, we want Endurance. We want Tormod's Crypt. I think we want Lavinia. Maybe. They have some free spells. Probably want the Burrenton Forge-Tenders. Removal isn't great. I don't think I want Spell Pierce. I might just cut all the birds. My curve's getting quite low here. So, what does Lavinia do? Let's just work that out. Whenever an opponent casts non-creature spell with mana value greater than number, if an opponent casts a spell, if no one is expected to cast it, counter it. Well, that's not going to come up often, is it? Gut Shot? I think taking the birds out when you're playing against Gut Shot's fine. Okay. I think I just run this. Right. What are we at the minute? 1-1? Yeah. Snap Keep. Hope I don't have Thoughtseize. We saw black mana, but okay. Suspend. So this is getting the Triland. Doesn't seem like the deck to be winning Thoughtseize. No, but the deck's actually, yeah, there's Thoughtseize in the graveyard. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of small, but yeah, they have Thoughtseize. But also, I kind of agree that they are nowhere near guaranteed to be winning Thoughtseize, but the reason that I was saying that they could run Thoughtseize is that they're a deck that just wants 1-drops, right? They're trying to trigger Arclights and Shredders, and they're just going to be playing 1s and 2s all over the place. So when that's true, you're just going to be playing the best 1-drops in your colours, which are Thoughtseize and Thoughtscour and whatever, Bolts, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's no point in firing off Eladamri's Call because they just take what you pick. But I think Eladamri's Call is the right choice for them here. Yep. Now, if they loot a Phoenix into the bin and then play another spell, that'd hurt, but they let 2 cards in hand. Their list seems to struggle from the fact that it needs a critical mass of cards, but they've multi-5, so that won't help. Well, these sort of decks where they loot a lot and they run the risk of flooding out quite often. Yeah, I could have gone Temple Garden plus basic planes. That was an option. Oh, I don't need to play anything. This is fine. I need to remember I have this Tormod crypt here. I think they're dead. Oh! No, they're not. I assumed they were tapping for Phoenix. Alright, fair enough. Nice line. There's just another one coming off suspend, and I was planning on getting Tameshi with this Wargate. That was my plan. Sort of being ruined by this Leyline of the Void, but nickel plates here. You add cards to your deck for a reason. So, what is the answer to that problem? Is it a 5/5? Feels like the answer to that problem could just be a 5/5. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to go fetch and have a look at my deck for Wargate targets. Because the thing is, if I just play Skyclave Apparition, for example, like Wargate for Skyclave, and get rid of this leyline, my Lotus Bloom's gone. So I'm still kind of screwed. So it kind of feels like just having a 5/5 and just trying to raise. And obviously if I get lucky, I hit some more lands. That wouldn't be bad. I mean, yeah, what is, I can't see anything else here. No, but I'm going to trigger this. It's going to make it a 2/4. Look, it's probably good, right? Probably good. Just try and race. Let's just hope we hit a land off the top. Another. Okay, well, that's enough. That's a 2-turn clock, essentially, because this Wargate can find me a land. And the Teferi's a hell of a draw as well. So I think they will struggle to deal with this. We have Tormod's Crypt to deal with Phoenix, so... So there's a Phoenix. If they put a card in the bin... If they leave a card on top, they're triggering Phoenix. No, go away. Oh yeah, double white as well. I really need it now though, because this Abolisher is not that important. I mean, I'm actually really close to comboing again. I can Wargate for Lotus Bloom and then Teferi bounce the Leyline of the Void. So I'm fairly close to comboing again even. I think I'll start with the Teferi and bounce the Ledger, the Shredder. And okay, I can make this Cultivator one bigger next turn. I don't have to do it now. They're in a really bad spot because they can't. Their creature's going to have to block soon. Yeah, if they choose to take this, if they take the Cultivator when I tick up with Teferi, I can Wargate at instant speed, so that's crafty. Yeah, okay. Because, like, Even if they chump here, how do they recover? So I get why they scooped. They're smashing it. Okay. We've been getting very reasonable opening 7s today. Better. This guy I faced before, I think. In the mirror. Last time I faced this guy was in the mirror. So let's see what they're playing this week. Just because you play this deck once doesn't mean you stay on this deck, to be fair. I think I've cut my... I wasn't yesterday. I hope you are too, though. He just said, you better be playing what I think you're playing. I forgot that my chat's not slap bang right in your face, but how do I pop this out? There we go. Well, yeah, Lotus Bloom Bird. We have a mirror. Let's put that back over there. I do need to draw land, and because they... Oh, I don't know. This is probably pretty wrong. But I'm portable holding because they mull to 5, so I think that's a good reason. So they have Eladamri's Call, so their hand is really good. But so is ours now. So we're gonna go get a land. Or are we? Maybe we go get Lotus Bloom. Is a land enough? It's not quite. I suppose, yeah, nothing, pretty much. Maybe I do go get a land. I should have got Lotus Bloom. What am I doing? So the issue here is that they have... Because my next turn, it costs me 6 mana to get Tameshi, 1 to activate, which will give me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. 10, 11, because I can replay a land. No, this is enough. This is fine. This is fine. The first Wargate gets Tameshi, second Wargate gets the other thing. Oh, are they going to Boseiju my portable hole? Go on. I mean, they just fire it off otherwise. Surely they just fire. If they've got Call in hand, they just have to play it, I think. I can see an argument for not doing, actually, if you've neither piece of the combo. The guy just put, sorry, just think. I put, yeah, of course, no problem. And then I put, I can tell you what to get if you like. I get it. Like, if you have no pieces of the combo, I think it's Boa, but if you have another white or blue source, I just lose anyway. I don't know how many other combo pieces you have in hand, but Boa isn't bad at all. They've just gone for it, which I think's not. I don't know. I don't know if that's right or not. I wouldn't... Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to combo. But I wasn't short on blue sources. Oh. Did you have plays? That sucks. He said he F6 through his turn. Let's get this chat back up. Oh, okay. I don't feel quite as bad then. Boa would have stopped me, by the way. So this Traverse is certainly a lot less good. So that's Tameshi, and then this is Lotus Bloom. I guess I have to put the chat back on the side because it just disappears every time. Maybe we put the chat over here. How disgusting is that? That's not normal, is it? Wow, that's quite tricky. Tried to get you all to join in with the chat, but it's kind of ugly. It's a tough read. Yeah, fair enough. So I was deterministic here, wasn't I? So I was going to get to draw 4, and then the Wargate for Cultivator would put a creature type in my bin, so then I would have been able to traverse for the second Cultivator, so I would be drawing... well, we'll never know. But it was pretty deterministic, I think. Let me sideboard, please. Thank you. Right. Tormod's Crypt, Endurance, Lavinia, Meddling Mage, Spell Pierce for sure, Pobblehole, Skyclave, Abolisher. I'm just going to cut, like, I know it stops the same stuff that I'm talking about, but I'm not too fussed. Seal removal kind of has text, so maybe that stays. Okay. Okay. I'm going to cut a Lotus Bloom on the draw. And I'm going to cut the seal. Maybe the Lavinia. Maybe a Teferi. I know Teferi looks really good against Lotus Blooms, but... and it is. But Lavinia is a callable version. And if they Wargate, they just play around the Teferi anyway. So, yeah, that's my reasoning. Whether it's good or not, I don't know. Anyway, let's move this because that's horrendous. Chat bar. Jesus. They made it a feature, but they made it look like that. Look, I have no idea if Needle is worth bringing in the mirror. I guess it is because it'll stop me from losing as a failsafe. I personally like Needle when you are on the draw and not on the play. I don't think you need to play that safe when you're going first. Both decks struggle to kill on turn 3. I gave my advice. I've brought in Meddling Mage, so... wow. Dead to Teferi. Huh. Whoops, wrong one. Wow, I actually boarded out a Lotus Bloom. So if they have Teferi, I'm like not even slightly dead. I'm just like actually factually dead. Yeah, I'm dead to that. He's just put Teferi, please. And I've put, yep, I'm dead to that. Which is very true. They got another bird. Yuck. Not a bad draw. If they find Teferi, I guess next turn they can Wargate it up if they have a land. Which they do have a land because they have 1 and 6. So, yeah. If they have Wargate, I'm dead. Oh, that is good. That stops Wargate. And I'll show you how it stops Wargate. So I'm going to bounce a bird. Well, my cards are on the table. I can't interact. I can't beat Teferi. I can't beat Combo. If they're doing anything other than those things, then they should be able to win. Should. Obviously, just trying to work out what pieces of interaction they could have. Maybe now they would want the failsafe. I don't like this 1 and 6 in this matchup, but perhaps he's running a low land count and feels like he has to play it. So yeah. I'm going to ask, are you in the Discord, by the way? Oh, it's KDOS. Oh, okay. Oh, I speak to this guy. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, we have. We know KDOS. I don't know his exact list. I probably do know his exact list if I go and look in the Discord. He said he was on Red and 6 and been liking it. I can't remember. So... who's just be stock trying out then? Oh, okay, so he's not an SFM or anything. So it's Stoneforge. Did you have? I wonder what I can pull off here. I guess this isn't perfect, but I believe this guy is a very good pilot, so I expect... I mean, what can they have? Like, Brazen Bow is just like almost a blank. I say almost. Like, Tormod's Crypt, not great. Probably should have picked up Forest here, by the way. Because I could play it for turn and that would be slightly better. It's so hard not to like when he's the strongest card in Modern. It could be. I mean, it's certainly pretty disgusting to play against. Yeah, so they bounce my Tameshi, but I have all the mana in the world to just be able to play it again. They're very unlucky with the way that my hand lined up with theirs, I would say. I get an extra draw out of that as well. Had double Wargate, but the bounce birds twice got me. Yeah, I am streaming as we speak, and I said that I needed to bounce Bop to stop Wargate. So we played around the thing that we had to play around. Only slight issue here. Not 100%, but close. Let's go get a land. Let's cultivator, and then let's do all this. This list is less deterministic than all the others. What's the discard? Oh, I'll show it in a sec. Just let me click through so my opponents part of them issue a bit sooner. Yeah. Drawn Finale. GG's. GG. Good luck to you too. Nice opponent. Nice player. Good player. Right. Let's share the Discord. Let's do that. Invite people. Copy. It is the mirror, and we've come out on top, but only because we had triple Lotus Bloom, and we drew running lands 10, 2, and 3, which was crucial, massively crucial. Oh, sorry, I just want to do something. For those that... Is he online? No, okay. I don't know, Jason. I like the Stoneforge version, but my results are just worse. And I feel like the card is good, but the results are worse. So I mean, how you pick through that, I'm not really sure. Whenever I put out this out. Is this you, Thomas Dubois? Are you our latest edition? Passable but not great is how I would quantify this. I mean, we have 3 top-end cards that we don't really want to see in our opener, which is Finale and 2 Cultivators, and we've drawn 2 of them, 2 of the 3. So that makes it a bad hand just off the bat. It becomes not a bad hand if they don't go pick apart some of our early plays like that. As a great for us. Good to have you in the Discord, mate. It's a good Discord, like everyone in there is proper positive, and yeah, I like it. It's growing as well. We've got how many? Many people. 419 offline, 140 online. So what's that, like 550? I'll probably fine off Eladamri's call and just take whatever I get. So I did go 2-2 last time I played that version. I'm trying it again in June. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Like, it's sensible to take the break. So here we go get the Triland. I mean, this could get basic planes if we need to. And we just need to draw... well, actually. Lands is fine, though, as well. Lands are a reasonable draw because we get to Finale for Goblin if we want to. And we do have the Skyturtle to pick up the Finale later on. Oh, wow, they're actually all the colours. Black, white, blue. Oh, so they're Esper at the minute. Esper control, probably. Grief kind of sucks. I kind of have to let this happen. Guess I take this. This. I guess I take Finale. The stand is not coming together. Hey Cathal, how are you? And now if they ephemerate it, I have to bounce it. So, yeah, awkward. But they didn't. Okay, just checking in if you are playing the cursed version or not. Is the cursed version the budget version that you play? Okay, no worries. That's certainly up there as one of my better draws. I mean, I'm now land plus Tameshi away from combo killing, so still quite a long way. Quite a long way, but also quite a lot of cards that do the same thing. Curse version Saga, Wargate, Thresher, yeah. I haven't pulled the trigger on that just yet. Don't dare. I guess actually, I think you could make an argument for playing Portable Hull there. Just ready to trade it with the Engineer. I guess I could do that later if I have to. Okay, so it's an Esper Reanimator deck. I always really struggle against these because I don't know how, their fair game plan is actually really pretty solid, so it becomes quite hard to sideboard effectively when they're a good control deck, essentially. And they now have 5 cards in hand, 2 mana up. Teferi is probably very good. I wouldn't mind drawing that. I'd be pretty happy to draw that. We've got through this league fast. Like, our previous leagues have been so much slower than this. Okay, well, if nothing else, okay, right. There was a chance that this line would either get the Portable Hull countered or the Engineer killed, and both of those would be fairly positive outcomes. And the fact that it just sticks and I can swap it for a Lotus Bloom is pretty good. I could just value Cultivator pretty soon. I'm playing Entertaining Lands right now, but I just made Tameshi. Tameshi is a really cool deck. You have a lot of wriggle room as well. But the list that I'm on now, in theory at least, is decent. And I do like these 4 as my payoffs. It kind of reduces my curve a touch. And I think it's enough, but it's quite hard to come. And I would consider Traverse quite key to cutting the Finales and Cultivators low. Oh, a different Art Mulldrifter. Just to keep us all on our toes. They're just packed full of cards in hand. It's kind of scary. This might as well get Temple Garden as well. I need that there. Yep. That's that card gone. Forever. Whilst we're waiting for our opponent to make their choices, I'll just do a shameless plug, which I don't really like doing, but if anyone wants to send me some Twitch primes, I appreciate it. And if you don't, I also just appreciate you hanging out and saying hi and watching the content and enjoying it. So, yeah, that's all good by me. But any support is very much appreciated. I'm very close to hitting my first payout on Twitch, which is $100 after about 4 years. So obviously you can see the rate at which I spit out content is not enough. So yeah, I would appreciate any support, but it's not a necessity. All my stuff will always be free. It's not like be a sub and you get to chat, or you could get to watch the playback. It's free to everyone all the time. And if it's not, it's because I made a mistake. But any support is appreciated. Not many people are super familiar with Titania lands, which is probably my favourite deck. No match feels straight and winnable, but the problem is that it's difficult to play and no match is an auto-win. Most matches feel like either 60-40 or 40-60. And honestly, like, I feel quite similar with Tameshi. It's got a quick kill and it has quite a high level of consistency, a really low fizzle rate. So you can always have a chance, but if people just chain hate cards, it's really difficult. And if people have, a faster kill, that can also be quite difficult. I can't let that happen. That's going to have to go. Oh, I got a Prime sub. Amazing. Ken Pochi, thank you very much. The plug worked. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. You've been here for a while. I appreciate you coming and saying hi as often as you do. Okay, so look, we can swap this round, which is kind of cool. So we swap them back, and now I can swap them back again, so I can get this Lotus Bloom. They did ditch an Archon during all of that nonsense. And we also know they have another Milldrifter back in hand. So it's not a perfect scenario by any stretch of the imagination. But Tameshi. Oh, mama. This could have been a land, but it's not. It's better than a land. Let's go get Tameshi. And I think I swap them round. And then Tameshi... pick up Lotus Bloom. And then if this doesn't draw what I need, which it doesn't, I'm going to play a land and I'm going to pick up Seal of Removal to potentially protect the Tameshi. There we go. Pass the turn. Took me a bit to figure out how to do a pipe sub. Oh. Well, thank you for your efforts. Yeah, it's not actually that obvious. But it's nice that it's an option, because, I mean, I use Prime. And I don't really watch a lot of Twitch, if I'm honest. But when I do, or when someone supports my content, I like to try and return the favour where I can. So having that Twitch Prime is nice. Right. For the Ephemerate, I think I have to Seal Removal again. No, I probably would let that happen, actually. We're just trying to fight through the mana now. Traverse was godlike then, though. Love it. Thoughtseize my 2 lands. They're down to 7. I have done 0 damage this game. They are down to 7. That looks like Prismatic Ending on Tameshi. Alkados. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Legends. Thank you very much. And well played in our game. I think he was very unlucky. Like, I mean, if you're... So the luck bit wasn't necessarily... What's this thing? What is a hype train? A hype train starts when multiple people subscribe. It was a hype train is underway. The creator fills up the hype meter with more subs. Everyone who contributes sees one unique emote based on the highest level. Oh, okay, cool. We're doing that, apparently. I have not seen that before. Professional streamer over here, obviously. Anyway, yeah, in our match, Kados, I knew that if you had Wargate, I had to stop you from getting the Teferi. But also, I'd bodied out 1 Lotus Bloom, so that was my last copy. I kept an opener with 2, and my first draw set was the 3rd Lotus Bloom, and I was like, oh, sugar, this is bad. And it was a 1-lander, and I drew turn 2 land, turn 3 land. That means you've made it. 2 subs in a row. It's nice. So I got my luck by drawing the lands. I don't think I got lucky elsewhere. Like I took a risk, and it was sort of like I played around the things that I knew to play around. If I lose to, if you just naturally have Teferi there and I just lose, I'm kind of okay with that. I was on the draw. It's one of those where I'm kind of looking at game 3 and going, okay, well the game 3 is the one that I need to win. Anyway, we just need to find payoffs. This is a spot where the Turn Timber Symbiosis list, that makes more sense. Right? This is the spot where you want the Turn Timbers. I forgot I've lost a Cultivator already. That's quite bad news. I was going to attack my birds and get the sealer removal again. Because if I draw a payoff, I can make the mana I need, and if I don't, I can still protect my Tameshi. I mean, they're pretty close to just hardcasting Archon at this stage. You can make a... So I've lost Finale and Cultivator. This is actually going to be really difficult to win. I only have one Cultivator left. So I need the Turtle. They're probably just hardcasting Archon here. They've drawn so many cards. It's bound to happen eventually. I don't really need to panic about that. I just sack my Engineer, discard a land. I wasn't really ever going to kill them through natural, normal, non-combo means. But I'm going to have to work really hard to win from here. Like, really hard. Because there's just one Cultivator. Sacrifice a creature, discard a land. Okay. Next turn, sack a creature, discard a land. Like, I could take the next 10. So I have 2 turns. I don't really want to bounce this Archon. They just recast it. He says. I mean, like... It is a redraw. Whenever one or more non-creature permanents are returned to hand, draw a card. No, I don't know. Do I bounce it? It saves me 6 life. Taps them out. I guess I do. I can sack it as well. Yeah, this is right. And because the... Because the Tameshi hasn't triggered yet, I'm going to have to use it, and then I'm going to cycle this land. Grand Abolisher doesn't really have text. Swing for 2, I guess. I could play. No, I'm just sacking Teferi to this Archon. And discard the Flooded Strand. Okay. Well, none of these cards I'm too fussed about. They've put themselves to 4. They have to play a land to be able to play... I put themselves to 2, sorry. They've played a land, so then they could play Archon. But that puts them back up to 5. Yeah. Sack this, discard this, take 3. 25 cards in. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 tutors so far. Oh, that's because they have close to exactly damage next turn. Oh, come on, deck. Come on. Now. Now. Oh, no. I think I have to... I don't know what I'm meant to do. Play another Tameshi and activate again. I guess. Come on. Yes. Okay. How much mana can I make? enough to keep a land in play. Yeah, should be lethal. It's going to be hard work though. Because a lot of our stuff actually doesn't do anything, but Otawara is good. I think we could draw our deck from here, so that's what matters. Done. Let's... Because we just have to find the turtle, don't we? Well, how many card types have we got? 6. So we can now find the turtle. Yeah, this is it. This is enough. So we do this, use Traverse to find the turtle, channel the turtle to get back the finale, and then we go off, and then attack. Ha, that's well funny, we can Tameshi back the turtle. I don't think there's ever a world where I want to do that, but good to know. Sweet. Well, we got there. It took a bit of effort. We had to use 2 Tameshis. I don't think it's been... I mean, I never liked Omnath, just to be clear. So, yeah, I was never a fan. Still, I'm not a fan. But I'm considering it over the 3rd Cultivator, and I think it's better than that. Just. I guess. Oops. Okay, let's just stop wasting time. Let's just get them dead. They're only on 5 life. Big cultivator, please. 2 big cultivators. Boom. Scoop. Okay. Right, well, what do we want? I think we want Tracker and Endurance and this counter magic stuff. I think that's it. I don't want Portable Hole. I don't want Skyclave. Don't think I want Seal of Removal, really. I mean, it was okay there, to be fair. Could have Wargate. Cut one other card. I don't know why I'm leaning towards this Teferi. It's probably the Tracker. We're just better off trying to jam the combo all game, I think. But I like the turtle along with the you know, it's kind of delicate, like what I've tried to put together here, and there's like little tiny upsides to every card. But like the fact that Traverse wants card types and this is 2 card types, that's a good thing. And the fact that when you cut a finale, you have less copies of your creatures, but Traverse kind of rectifies that by being extra copies of your creatures, but also extra copies of lands. Like, they all just gel together to make it feasible to only have what I would consider 3 7-drops, and everything else is like, oh, okay, well, you know, this is a 3-drop that finds Wargate, this is a 2-drop that finds Tameshi, this is a 2 or 3 drop, this is a 1-drop that finds a land a good chunk of the time, blah blah blah. Yeah, basic forest bird, screw it. The fact that they take endurance kind of makes me think I should be holding up Veilers somewhere, but I'm not. So yeah, I mean, like, if this list was slightly different, I probably wouldn't, you know, like if I had another cultivator, I probably wouldn't play a turtle. But I think the turtle's better than the 3rd cultivator for the most part. there's certainly going to be spots where it bites me. You know, like naturally draw both cultivators and they get Thoughtseize. Like, well, what are you going to do? You're going to lose. But again, you still have the turtle at that point, so they need things to go right. It just pretty much whenever I build a deck, I'm trying to reduce the curve all the time because Modern is that fast. If I show you my Kiki Jiki deck, which is a Neofoam deck, it looks like there's a bunch of 5-drops, but actually 4 of them are free a lot of the time. And then these 4 drops add mana. This can get a land back. This can, you know, like my whole deck is just geared towards making land drops and casting spells. You know, like half of my stuff just redraws things. And I think that's just just a solid way to deck build rather than anything else. I don't think I want to play this Teferi yet. I'm tapping the birds in case they kill it. If they try and kill the bird, I'm not going to try and fight over it. But they could kill the bird, move to the next phase, and then Thoughtseize me, and I would have Veil of Summer up. So by playing the forest, I do have the Veil of Summer up. The turtle looks cool, and it's worked. Like I've used it at least twice in this league. I'd be a lot less interested in it if it didn't trigger help with Traverse. And that synergy hasn't come up yet, but the fact that it's an option is just really useful, right? So we might as well have it. So I guess I'm just Teferrying, and I guess I have a feeling I'm meant to Doubt It, could just have a free draw. Because I don't have a lot of things to bounce. Blue, white, green, Teferi. I'm going to down ticket on nothing. Draw a card. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to play Otawara. It's quite nice to be able to keep it as a spell, but I have a blue card that I couldn't cast, so we play it. And now they really can't interact with us so much, so if we find our combo, we're going to kill them. It's like the easiest thing to do. So we Veil of some of the grief. Ooh, that's not a good draw by any stretch. That's a pretty bad draw. This attack in here isn't really a problem because we have double Spell Pierce. Maybe the birds are actually kind of unnecessary in this matchup. I could see that being true. You know, like you bring back in the Seal of Removal, maybe the tracker and drop a couple of birds. Especially on the play. If we lose this game, I'd probably make that switch. I'm definitely not getting in the way of this. This could just kill Teferi, that's fine. I'm not like double blocking. I'm definitely not bouncing it. Say that actually, 2 Spell Pierce in hand, you can make a pretty strong case for not giving a shit if they get rid of one. But at the same time, I could just, instead of Teferi protecting my combo, I could just use Spell Pierce to do the same thing, so. I'm going to just pass. If I draw a land next turn, I'm probably going to go for it with the Cultivator. What could they have here? Yeah. There's always a slight risk of that. We just let that happen. You know, like you could fire 2 Spell Pierces off, but that doesn't seem good. It is a little confusing why they wouldn't do that during my upkeep. to stop me having access to the mana now. Now if I draw a land, I have to play it to be able to play the Cultivator, and then I'm sort of like, Cultivator with one draw trigger isn't really good. I think the turtle's pretty solid. Yeah. It has a lot going for it, it's just for sure. Oh. Probably meant to back home. I'm probably supposed to hold up as much mana as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh. I don't really like this. Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to burn an Otawara to try to Wargate. I mean, I can't fight on the stack with this, but I have to at least try to hold up a mana. At least if this dies, it's going to give me a draw trigger. Guess I pick this up. Since it's sort of a spell. I could just play it next turn. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be March again, I guess. Oh, exile my graveyard, do lots of things. Okay. I mean, worse things have happened. Pretty much reliant. Is it worth going for Bloom to get closer to play next turn? Possibly, but it just means we're just low on lands. That's not going to give me a lot of triggers. Okay, well that's just going to take Cultivator out, I have to assume. Really dislike this double spell pierce hand at the moment. Probably going to board out a spell pierce. Keep one in. Like, one for the persist line is sort of fine. 3, 6, 7. I mean, what do you do? Especially is bad at, and that's playing a fair game. I mean, it depends, right? I mean, this hand hasn't come together particularly well, but we're still in the game, and they're down to 2 cards. We've got some pretty bad cards in hand, so I kind of feel like there's a chance we can win from here. Yeah, I'm not attacking. You know, if I draw Wargate, like, we're well back into this. They're pretty close to just going land Archon, though. Not quite. Yeah, you could draw 2, discard 2, that's fine. There they have Archon. 3, 6, 7. If they have Archon, I'm just dead. Oh, so persist. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can imagine Trackers and Ren are really good here. We won game 1 and we're not exactly firing on all cylinders and we're still okay. I'm going to bounce a Grief. I know it looks a bit rash, but I'm using my mana, and I could double block with these two and take one and still live next turn. So, and obviously if I draw Wargate, I have an out. Oh, that's not an out. That's awkward. So we play call, grab, engineer, play engineer. Put Lotus Bloom in the bin. I mean, they can't do anything about it, but another Chaos Guile stops us. They can grief away a spell pierce. Yeah, I'm in bad shape, but I'm still here. I have to fade some draws from the opponent, but we're still in it for now. So I need them to have close to nothing, and then I need to draw a... I can't really attack. I need to draw something like a cultivator off my Tameshi options. Okay. Yep, you can do that. Because I can't really stop you. If I persist, I'm just dead. If they have Chaos Guile, I'm basically just dead. Not quite. If they have... I don't know. What else could they have? Let's list cards that just beat me on the spot. Like Ephemerate and a Grief. I'm going to be trading Abolisher and Engineer for Grief here. But then they could play another... So my Abolisher dies, so if they play another Grief and have Ephemerate up... Life total is but a tool. I have one Renegade at 1 life when they thought they had it won. Yeah, right, exactly. We're here, but we're fairly close to dead, right? But we're pretty close. If we untap here, we have every chance of winning. We have every way of winning this game. We have spell pierce protection. I have plenty of options. But if they persist in Archon, we're just dead. We can't stop it. Okay, well I can spell pierce that. I can spell pierce my spell pierce. Mystical Dispute my spell pierce. Okay, well now I need to draw Tameshi off the top, and then with the Lotus Bloom trigger, I then need to draw a cultivator. So not much. God, we were close. Actually, we are still close. They still haven't won. So, back to you, opponent. I am on 1. Can attack. Might as well attack. We are on the edge. On the edge. We are on 1. It's quite a... There's a lack of actual draws here that... What could they have in hand? They have 3 cards in hand. What could they possibly be? There must be more Mystical Disputes. Wow, that was F6. If ever I've seen an F6, that was one of them. Have we got it? Have we got it? We have to keep this cultivator in play realistically so that we can draw Teferis and such. I mean, they're not... Oh no. Oh, there's a Teferi. There's another one. I probably should stop and count and make sure I have enough mana for all this, but... Okay, let's stop and count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, enough. Did you land off that? That's not bad. We're going to win on one, I believe. And the beauty of being on one life is Mono doesn't ask if you want to shock your lands in because you're not allowed. Well, we have enough lands. We just don't have Finale. It's not been exiled, has it? No. Never doubted it. No. I think that makes at least one of us. Last game, this is to go 4-1 and that'll be the end of the stream, but this has been really quite good. I enjoyed this. Did not expect to win this one. There's certainly moments where I didn't expect to win this one. Anyway, let's make all the mana that we need and then let's get them killed. There's a limit to how many cards we can draw now, so we just have to like make the right amount of mana. So this is 15 mana, which is not quite enough. I need 12 for Finale, 3 for Teferi, and which is 15, and 7 for things. 20 for Cultivator. So I need 22 mana. So I've got 11, 14, 17, 18, 19. I'm going to just play this out because if they have, right, to keep that, bounce that. If that was the Finale, well, it's not. But so I have enough mana now, don't I? 9, 10. Yeah, I have exactly enough mana. So as soon as we draw Finale, we stop drawing cards. Nice. I'm personally not totally sold on Traverse, but I like the turtle. Turtle's cool anyway, right? There he is. Right, let's just get it done and dusted. Make a big Grand Abolisher. Boom. Turn 10. Fastest deck in Modern. Just the 10 turns to kill someone. That was pretty sweet. I did like everything that this list was doing. I can't remember what we lost to. But I do like what the deck's doing. The tracker doesn't feel so hot when you commit this hard to the combo. It feels worse sideboarding in value cards because, like, how do I justify tutoring up Tireless Tracker when I don't win that way? I'm gonna have to just repeatedly jam the combo pieces and hope for the best. So I do struggle to want to tutor that up too often. Like, I didn't board it in that matchup, and you would think that was a matchup you would want it in. But anyway, we tried our best. We went 4-1. I guess you could just run more removal in the sideboard. Like, I don't actually have any removal in the sideboard. I just have the Portable Hole and the Skyclave. And I guess the Turtle and the Teferis and the Otawaras and the Boseijus. But, like, those are not permanent removal spells. They're just bounce spells. Sealer removal. Seal removal's really good again. Like, I think it was in the 5th match, Oh, go away. I don't need you anymore. You know, no. In that 5th match, hey Six Sigma, bad timing. I'm just finishing my stream. I'm just wrapping up. I clicked you too many times. I apologise. You have your cards. Leave me alone. Okay. Well, this is kind of ridiculous. Let's just leave that there and pretend that we want to trade. So my wrap up is, yeah, I had Prismatic Ending early doors, and I go back to it here and there, and it's just like, it's solid and it's good removal and it's fine. Like I like the fact that it's flexible, obviously. And when you look at the rest of the list, it kind of stacks up. You know, Portable Holes. I guess this is my other question. Would you still run Portable Hole and would you still run Skyclave? Because I think the fact that Portable Hole can combos a little bit with Engineer and Tameshi and Wargate, and the fact that Skyclave is a call target and a traverse target in this particular list, the fact that those cards are tutorable makes them better removal. So then the next question is, do you want more removal on top? And if so, Prismatic Ending is a very good option. It's an option that works as a natural cards that you naturally draw. So, you know, like I have this Goblin Crater Maker in the sideboard, which is probably a load of bollocks, but it tags Tormod if that ever became popular again. It tags creatures out of Hammer Time before the hammer gets equipped. It tags, so e.g. Flash. The fact that it has Flash is relevant. But outside of that, it's not very good, and it stretches the mana, so this probably needs to go. And I probably need, and I was like, it's got shock built into it, so it's a tutorial piece of creature removal, but so is Skyclave for the most part. So I think this is nonsense, really. It probably needs to go, and Prismatic Ending would fill that slot pretty nicely, which is talking about how I'm not really sold on Tracker, and that probably another Prismatic Ending is fine there as well. So you could certainly make space for it, and I think you can make an argument for it, but it just depends on how much removal you actually want, because there's a limit to how many cards you can sideboard out. Like if I was playing against, let's say, I don't know, what's a really aggressive deck that doesn't interact very much? Like, I don't want to say Burn because it's not really creature based. Like humans, for example. If we were playing against humans, Grand Abolisher isn't very good. Well, that's a little bit different because you don't actually want removal in that matchup. So like an aggro, you know, creature deck is kind of where I'm thinking. So like, let's say Enchantress, you know, green-white Enchantress, which I know is not particularly popular at the minute. Let's say you're playing against green-white Enchantress or humans, right? So they're playing against humans. Do you want Teferi? Well, maybe to bounce Aether Veil, but it's not amazing. Grand Abolisher you could definitely cut. Spell Pierce you can definitely cut. You could trim maybe a Lotus Bloom because it's not very good against Meddling Mage. Or you could trim a Wargate. But let's say you at least, you could board out 4 cards because you're not going to board out Wargate and Bloom. You're probably just going to board out one or the other. So probably a Bloom. So let's say you're going to board out these 4, and then you could questionably board out these 3. What are you going to board in? Well, you know, some removal, right? But there's a limit to how much you can board out. Actually, most of the sideboard's pretty terrible against humans, so actually you probably would bring in 2 Prismatic Endings if you had them. But look at other matchups. So like look at Jund, where they've got there's like those black-red Rakdos mid-range decks with Ragavan and Voidwalker. Like, you do want removal in that matchup for sure. What can you cut? And it's probably the same 7 cards. Essentially, you probably still board out those 7 cards, but you already have cards that you want to bring in there. You've got Burrenton Forge-Tender, you've got Endurance, you've got Tracker, you've got Veil of Summer. So you've got 7 cards that you've probably already bought in. So, you know, do you then cut Crater Maker and Tracker for a Prismatic Ending, or do you prefer these to Prismatic Ending? Or you could cut a Burrenton Forge-Tender, and a Creator Maker for 2 prismatic endings. They would help, but then you would be slightly weaker against burn because you've lost the Burrenton Forge-Tender. So it's very minute detail, and it's a bit dealer's choice. But before adding a card like Prismatic Ending, which is extremely versatile and useful, and it helps our game plan a little bit, because the main ways that we lose is to powerful hate pieces like Voidwalker or Leyline of the Void, and it does deal with those, and you can board it in not knowing what piece of hate they have, because it tags everything, essentially. But the thing is, you have to be able to work out what would you board out in that matchup to make space for it. The Forge-Tenders are incredible. They're so good. I'm on 3, and I don't ever see myself going lower than 2. But yeah, work out your sideboard plans before you add something like Prismatic Ending, because if you can't board out enough cards to bring in the endings, they're not worth bringing in. And if you are cutting combo pieces and it's making it harder for you to actually win the game, you still don't want Prismatic Ending. And if it's a matchup that's already favourable, you might not want it either. But it's certainly passable, certainly can be run, and in certain metas and certain configurations it probably should be run. So yeah, I know that's not like a definitive answer in the slightest, but it's very playable, but it's not stunning. That's how I would wrap it up. Anyway, I will wrap it up. I'll end it there. It's been a nice 2-hour stream. Eek. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to go spend some time with the family, and I will see you all soon. All right, bye for now.